So just checking on the cards that I drew yesterday with the Mayan Oracle, I got the yellow seed card. And it's interesting doing things and looking back on them, reflecting back on them. I find, again, that often doing things, drawing cards on a certain day will impact on our consciousness, will make us look at things as well in a different perception. This is a key thing about being conscious and how working with intent creates an outcome as well, how it influences an outcome. And so looking back on a day when you know what your cards were is also really interesting. And doing a video, again, putting it out there where I know I work with some groups of people at the moment, and so just seeing what was happening for them as well in their process, and allowing myself fully to immerse into it as well. Yesterday was a very emotional day for me, and again, I know that this 20-day process is going to be around that, because that part of us that is hurt and wounded, the child in us that's running from old code a lot of the time as well, is often struggling around other people's behaviour and how that feels for us. Often very narcissistic behaviour, very controlling behaviour, very abusive behaviour that has been shaped by people's extreme experiences, and that doesn't diminish it, that doesn't excuse it. And it's just, for me, it's very sad how much time and energy is still spent in recovery from this, working with people on a one-to-one basis and in groups around what they've experienced and how that has made them feel. And so for many people, we're just coming out of recovery now, but it still really hurts a lot of the time when we're reminded. And another key thing is this eclipse and this full moon goes back to 2001, January 2001, which was an extremely painful time for me back then. So it's like repeating that. This is what astrology is all about. This is what the Mayan wave spell is all about. It's repeating these patterns over and over so that we can refine them and learn them. And the card that I got yesterday for Thoth was the universe. And again, just amazing, just reading this. I use EliTarotStrikingly.com. And so if you check out, he does amazing websites and he does this in depth. The universe is card 21, and it's like the completion of the Fool, if you like. So again, with these eclipses, we're going back in time to July 2018, and we're seeing a completion of the eclipses and where that's taken us on a journey around how we relate, our behaviour, how we parent ourselves, how we've learned to nurture ourselves, letting go of codependent patterns, which is all the Red Dragon code is primarily about, is bringing in new code. We've got to align with this code. Resistance is futile. This is the next step of human evolution, is to let go of codependency and power tripping and coercion, people feeling unsafe, the slavery system, all of that sort of pattern, basically, which has built up over thousands of years. So the universe, key 21, and it's attributed to the Hebrew letter Tau. I watched a film called that the other night as well. I love the synchronicities. We're always being shown our circle all the time in every respect. And it means equal armed cross, the T cross. Now, again, this crosses over to the Mayan white wind, which again, the symbol for white wind is the cross. And so it's just seeing how everything crosses over and the deeper message in all of these symbolic frameworks. So basically we're going round and round in circles, and we're seeing our Saturnian cycles. And again, when this came in, when Pluto came in back in 2008, Pluto in Capricorn, the financial crash, everything that was going on then, and how that shaped our lives and our worlds, and had a very big impact on me, and basically stopped me doing one particular type of living, and it brought me such a deep understanding around our financial systems in the world. So that way of living had to end for me, and that was a time when I was really starting to immerse myself in doing holistic therapies. So again, it's often that we have to let go of the old world so the new one can begin, and the ego doesn't like that. It's very tricky, it's very difficult for the ego. But this time really is about new learning through unlearning, through healing. This is so key. This is what this process of the 260-day cycle is all about, is letting go of the old ways that no longer serve us. So in terms of the universe, yesterday, what you were doing back then is you were creating new cycles for yourself for the next 20 days. Just seeing what was coming up about what needed to release, and seeing around how you're aligning with truth on a personal level, letting go of distortions. This is what the dragon is all about. And the more that we let go of our Neptunian delusions and illusions, our people pleasing in particular, where we're trying to manage people, manage situations rather than telling the truth always comes out in the end. It is difficult at times. It feels like our whole survival is based on deception and not being able to feel free to speak our personal truth, for example, because most of the mechanisms on the planet right now are not coming from that place. They're coming from a money system that is very corrupted and that is very biased and very unbalanced as well. So this is really key. So in terms of the Mayan oracle, the yellow seed, I see that as what's coming up for this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which in the UK, this is going to be on Sunday, the 12th of January. So whatever you're doing on Sunday, again, it's going to be really significant as to what's coming to light around this completion of a pattern and completion of these structures around the patriarchy and the disciple being disciplined, doing what it takes to create new patterns that are balanced in the masculine and feminine, and that we are balanced in the masculine and feminine within as well. So another thing to do with the moon today is the 13 moon calendar. We have now gone into red resonant moon today. So what an amazing moon this is, because this is really getting in touch with the mystical, with the divine, with the higher self. Step 7 on the pyramid is really key. It's closest to heaven. It's where we get in touch with our higher self, and these energies are really coming in now around being guided as to what is authentic, what is truth, and being the beacon of light. So we've got 28 days of red resonant moon. Red resonant moon itself is coming up in 8 days' time on the blue night wave spell that begins tomorrow. So I'll be doing another video about that. And so on that day, we will have really big insights around what is resonating with truth and authenticity, and the new dream that we're dreaming in, the conscious dreamer who is ready to let go of all the old dreams, the old stories, the old nightmares, so that they are free to embody and be the new ones. I've just done some reading this week. I was drawn to get this book, which has been amazing and really key for me. I spent some time living in Crete when I was younger, and it felt very, very powerful being there. It felt like a past life experience. And so it's been mind-blowing for me. It never even crossed my mind that there would be a connection with the Mayan. And Pierre, this was a book written back in the 60s, explains a lot about the language of Crete. And so I'm intending to do an article about this on my blog as soon as I get time to do it. And he explains how everything connects to the language of the Cretans, language number 1, I think it's called. So, but if you want to check it out for yourself, there's a book. And as I say, I am going to write an article when I finished it, which I'm just over halfway through. So this time of year is an amazing time to get this information about seeing the bigger picture. We'll be coming up to Aquarius soon. We've got another 10 days approximately to go on that Capricorn energy, and then we'll be coming into the Aquarius sun, where we really start to see the bigger picture. So I hope you have an amazing 20 days of Red Dragon, and seeing how clear you are, how your holograph is beaming out there, how your experiences are reflecting back to you around this new code coming in. And the key to all of this is that we are the ones who create on planet Earth. Human beings create. So this is why it's essential for people to become emotionally intelligent, to understand how people's experiences have created how they relate now, and how to let go of ways of relating that hurt other human beings, because otherwise we just stay stuck on this labyrinth, going over old ground again and again and again until people learn. And although people can do all sorts of experiences, such as meditation, such as energy healing, such as many, many different modalities of creating healing as well and understanding, the key focus, I believe, is learning how to relate to other people in a respectful way, so that people do not upset other people and their way of life. You know, it's about being mature, human individuals who are all unique and all want to be loved and respected for who they are, basically. So we've all got common ground there, and how we share planet Earth. That's the key. If people don't heal their anger, it just keeps projecting out onto the world. And it's not even usually about the people that are there on the receiving end. You know, this is old story, this is old wounding, and it really is time to let it go now so that we can change how we live on the earth and master this shadow healing process. So if you'd like to know any more about your particular code, your wounding, your chart, and how to work with evolving your personal story, please do get in touch with me. There's lots more information on my blog, Flow with Jo. I've just updated, I've put loads of videos on there, and I'm adding more info about past cycles and the equinoxes, for example. Lots of exciting stuff coming in for this year. It's going to be a really dynamic year, and we can all work with that energy. So lots of love. Bye for now.